everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Hardiman rebuild project. This has been quite a bit of an opening curveball for me, I should say. Learning the drawings that we came across are incorrect. Learning that there's a lot of steps having to move backwards to be able to move forwards. I have got a few things from doing my own homework to show you. I am going to do my very best to start keeping my videos a little bit shorter and try not rabbit on. So I'm going to go right into it. So let's shrink this down a little bit. Might be nice and small. Okay, so last week we were able to confirm that the drawings that we're originally using, this one is not the drawing that we thought it was. This one is not Hardiman. We know for sure by looking at the evidence of what we've got of the drawing itself, it is not Hardiman. So sadly, we cannot use that one, which I was quite disappointed because I was quite confident that'd be a good one. So doing a little bit more, this old newspaper article, there's little pieces here. Now, it's not very clear, but you can clearly see here you've got a T section where the arm actually sits. Then I was able to come across this in a book. Again, if you look, we've now got this T section. So the original presumption that we're starting to make about this design means, there you can see the T section there as well. It means that we're making the right move by going backwards. So if that's the case, what we're now going to do is we're going to take a few steps backwards, maybe a little bit more forwards. I did come across this little bit of a gem. I actually downloaded this one, so let me just pop this across. Now, this gives a little bit more insight as to the actual geometry itself. Look at that. Not perfect, but it gives us the overall piece structure there. Look at that. Oh my Gideon, look at that. So we're going to try and play around with this and see what we can get. There's a few options that we can do. We could trim this image down and place it into the actual model over here, place it into the model, and then just reverse that process. So we go back up to here, and what we're actually looking for is the original anatomy pieces that we're getting and all our reference images. I don't want to jump too quickly back into changing all that out, just because it took its time to get that far, didn't it? But one thing I've learned in any of these types of things is never presume that you know that it's all sorted, when sometimes it really isn't. Okay. We can see there that geometric piece is probably quite a good one. What I might do, let's just do a little bit of an experiment here. So I'm probably going to save a copy. So I'm going to go V2. So with my V2, what it means is I can now, this is why I love Inventor. I mean, Inventor, SolidWorks, they've all got their keys and their pros with this. But what I can do is come all the way to here, right up to here, and then just go delete. And this is because I'm in, let's have a look, I'm in V1. Oh, nearly made a mistake, so let me just close that. And then I'm going to reopen V2, which is what I just saved. So on my V2 now, what I'm able to do is just go straight into here and know that V1 will at least hold its original processes. So here to here, sadly, I'm going to take them steps back. Feels like a real pain, doesn't it? You kind of go, oh, what? Don't get me wrong. If it's annoying you, believe me, it's annoying me just as much. I just think it's well worthwhile taking a bit of a step back and deleting that out. Sadly, this drawing is not correct. So I'm just gonna hide that out, bring in our anatomy, our original, because don't forget this is based on Moshe. This is based on Moshe being 5'8" from these pictures. Now what I'm going to do is, let's have a think. Let us have a think. The hardest thing here is we can only assume that his arm was here. Or the arm would sit here. We don't have a body in this, which is a little bit annoying. But we have no body in this. No. Yeah. The only thing that does worry me here is if we come back, and I'm going backwards and forwards here. As I said, this was going to be a live thing. I have not practiced any of this at all. So, if we come back and take a look at now, it does drop beneath his shoulders. Okay, maybe it is. I'm always really curious, conscious now of that. This may not be what we're looking at, but based on these drawings, based on that profile, down based onto here, I'm thinking that could be our golden egg, that piece. Side profile of that, between that and that. Let me just get that up. Side profile there to there. I think that is the golden egg in what we're looking for here. Genuinely do. Tell you what, I am going to take a step back. I'm going to go back to my original design, and I'm probably going to put this straight over the top. So let's spin it round and let's have a look, see of what we're getting. I'll come from the front plane in this case, and what I'm going to do is do like I did before. So I'm going to go sketch. I'll go on this plane here. So let's go for my origins. And I'm going to go image. Come to my image. And let me just see what I've downloaded. Where is it? There it is. I knew this would be the case, because you remember when we first brought these images in, they all needed to be rotated and changed and things. So what I'm going to do is just rotate this to get it into position, and then I will scale it up. Okay, so scaled it up. Got a little bit more to fit. Now let me just come to my image. I'm just going to make this image so on here, just going to make my image a little bit more to work with. So let's come out here, and I'm just going to come back to my image process here, and then go to turn that off for a moment. See here, what I actually ended up doing was bringing in another alternate, spinning this down just to take a look. So what I'll do to my original prop, I'm just going to make that not visible anymore, make this now visible, and now what we've got is we've now got geometry. Now we're in a key position now. Do we A, keep the original piece that we're chopping away at, or B, take a small hint, chop that out, and then build in that? I'm going to take the latter. I'm going to delete, and I'm going to delete the entire bodies out. I know this seems a little bit chunky what we're doing. It is very clunky what we're doing. However, I'm just determined to see, because this one looks a little bit more promising for me, this geometry. And I think using the reference images that we got, we can actually take a step back and try and find if this is the right way of doing it. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to sketch probably this profile, and then because I have a key profile here to guide me, I'm going to make that a little bit more like what we're after. So here goes. Okay, I just thought I know a few will be thinking you're cheating, turning it off like that. So what this allows me to do is just check. And what you'll see here is I'm just bringing in the overall pieces. So I'm going tangent here to here, and I'm going to tangent here to here. And yeah, granted, it goes like that. So what I'll do is I'll bring you and make you one. And amazingly, that is not quite there, is it? I mean, look at that. Bring you out, top you out here a little bit, and then because it makes me think, you know, last week chopping away that image about that model, trying to make it fit, and now you look and go, yeah, you know what? That could be the deal what we're after right now. Okay. So what I'll do here is place the circle in the middle and then just throw myself out like that. What I need to do is make this line and this line tangent and this line to this line tangent. Whoops. There's always one, is there not? So let's lock you out for a moment, and then what I'll do is I'll do tangent you to you. Okay, I'll go tangent you and you. I'll go tangent you and you. Okay, so that's going well. It's going really well. Let's just tell you, swear to God, and that's there like that. Was it really that hard? I'm just going to pull them out. Whoops. And pull that not tangent. I'm just going to pull the lockout wherever possible. My experience: do not leave locks on. You have them locks on, and it's gonna be problematic. You're gonna have problems going through. So what we get now is something a little bit more cool. Am I right? So this has been scaled to suit. So I'm going to do something which few of you will be thinking, that's well crap. But it's really not. So I'm just going to take a dimension from here. Now you look there, that suggests that the dimension itself is 174.292. Yeah. 175. So I'm going to go 175. So let's go in extrusion. And I'm not going solid. Don't go solid, not just yet. Also, I'm going to go mid-plane at this point. 175. 175. We'll go in mid-plane extrusion. Let's just tilt this over. Take a look around what's going on. That, you see, that for me is looking good. It's looking really good. That's really, really what I would be after at this point. So let me just hide that for the moment. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I know. You've been thinking, well, is that everything? It's really not. So let's make this back on. What I need to do is take. There's a few ways of doing this. I really like some of these sneaky, horrible, cheeky ways of getting drawings on. So let's get some of these cheeky ways going, shall we? Right. So we know that this is our overall geometry. We know that profile is the actual shape that it should be on the downward projection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace it, because that's what all the cool people do. I've got to laugh because I'm just really not funny. What I'll do is, let's first things first, take a key point for that drawing here. Right. So this now becomes for construction. All I'm doing this for, just to give me an idea of where everything sits. So we know that, right? Now look at that. This actually comes back to the original drawing when we were looking here. Let's just whoops. We're looking at that. Look at that. Oh, I can't zoom in anymore. But you can see there we've got a slight protrusion of the nipple. That suggests a slight protrusion. Boys and girls, we may have a winner. So, but again, let's just focus on this grip. To actually get this grip over the line is too exciting right now. Too exciting. So, we know that we've got some key dimensions here, but let's get back to it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a line to here, and take a line to here, and take a line to here. I'm going to take a line to there. Now let's go all the way. I think there's a song in that somewhere. Yeah, let's go all the way on that. Now that's to the actual angle axis point, yes? So what we'll do is we'll take that up there as well, and take that across, and take that down. I think what I'll do is, yes, I think I'm going to exploit symmetry. I think with what we're looking at here, we're now going to get to a position where if there's mistakes, yeah, I mean, there's going to be tears. There's just going to be tears. So what we got to do is we got to try and figure out what's the best way of being able to get the most engineered piece. Because again, in not in many ways, in what we're doing here is making it up as we go along. It's the area where everybody frowns and everybody gets really nervous because you are making it up as you're going along. But we don't have anything. How do we make them all important steps to seeing where this has gone? Right, so what I'll do from here is I'm probably just going to press Control and C and then click Finish Sketch. Right, now what I'm going to do is go to my YZ plane. Press Control and V. Come on, there you go. You see here, it's taken what we had and pushed it across. Let's move the overall geometry. Let's bring this down to here. Whoops. No, it's not what I'm after. Right, so there's something here that it's brought across. I suspect it's because it has symmetry somewhere. Let's have a look. Yeah, because that's a symmetrical reference. It's panicking. So what we're going to do is just take that half and move it. So if I take the whole half here, and I'm just going to move it. You see there? It's now said, okay, cool, I can do that. So now what I'm going to do is place it here. And I'm going to rotate my geometry from the base point here. And no. Whoops. I'm just going to bring that 90 degrees like that. Right, so I'm going to move it. Sorry guys, one moment. I forgot to grab the piece of geometry on this edge. Keep it for construction, that edge. And what I'm now going to do is go to move the geometric piece from here, stomp it on that point. It's not. Oh, you swine! It's still not snapping. Okay. Try come into geometry here and make that there like that. So again, that's not converted the model. Well, all that's done here is it's just give me a point of construction that I can use I should be able to use to assign to. So let's get this across. Go to remove, snap you onto here. See that? Finally got my snap. Didn't get my snap there. 1 second. I'm putting too much emphasis on this, but I just want it right, you know? No, let's try that. And come from this point. She's snapping, but it's not snapping like I wanted it to. Okay, so what I would like to do though is I'm going to hold the geometry in its actual piece for dimension, because now, as much as this is just going to be like a chopping block, I actually don't want this to change. So that's why I'm doing this. This may not allow me to move. Oops. I'm making a real pig's ear of this one. Absolute pig's ear of this one. So, let me just spin you up. Where's that coming from? Give me a geometry there that I don't want. Okay, so let's just turn you off and turn you off. There we go. Right, so I was getting all these pieces on there, and it was driving me insane. What was working, what wasn't working, what's good, what's not. My goodness gracious me, you know. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll dimension. The reason I'm dimensioning this is I just want to hold its position. When I go to move this, it will have an absolute meltdown if I've not. And I'm just doing this for. Oh, I don't need to do that. I'm just doing this because when I move it, I want it to hold. That's all. Have I already done that? Oh, I have already done that. Goodness. Okay, so now I'll go to move. And in fact, first things first, I'll make this here in line with this. Oh, sorry. I'll do a collinear, sorry. I'll do you and you in line. So that now holds in line. And I'm going to do collinear you and you in line. So that now places, boom, right over the top what we're after. And you can see there in itself, I'd slightly missed a few things, but that is okay. That is okay. What we're going to do is make this work. That's the point. So now I'm going to mirror. I'll take this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, and then build it all the way around. Take a center line from that point and then go apply. Okay, so we now start to get the overall geometry. I'm starting to feel a lot more confident with achieving this profile. So let's get back to it. So what we can do is a few things. I can draw an oval shape, and I've done this many times before. So many people frown, they go, oh, can't do that. Well, you can. A lot of people don't like it, and I get that. But if you want to get some solutions, if you want to get some answers, get things going, often it's a way of doing it. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a window, a point that it can be chopped. So I'm going to click OK, and then let's get to some visualization. See that? That's where we're at. That's what we've got. Now I need to now start creating that famous 1960s famous shape. 1960s. Boys and girls, that is crazy. 1960s. Anyway. Yeah. Huge. Right, cutting tool. So trimming, good. I know I'm not explaining this a lot for this one, but the idea of trimming, the tool itself, we've already created this with this sketch. And okay. So yeah, I'm gonna need to go inside. So with this sketch, what I can do is start to separate things out. So you see there, it's already highlighted key areas that can be chopped, and it is just projecting, and it's a really old school Boolean. And so many people frown and they kind of go, yeah, but who uses that? Everybody uses that. It's the most useful tool in the blooming world. Okay, now you can't really, I'm guessing you can't really see that, because I know one thing, I can't really see that, so if you can't see that, I'm sure as hell I can't really see that. Let's put some lines on there. Oh, hello. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my giddy aunt. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm a little bit excited right now, and if you've been on this journey of trying to figure out what decisions were made on the Hardiman with me, you'll know the waste of time the first few videos were. Okay. Oh my god, this is exciting. So let's get into here, pull it across, and then go okay. And I'll do the same again. Let's take it up to another here and here. And I'm gonna go okay. Flip it over. Again, if you guys haven't bought yourself a 3D Connect Space Explorer I can't praise them as much. I've used one since I was a student many years ago, and I know the company now make an awful lot of money on these, but they're worth every penny. I love them so much. They're such a great tool. And I know loads of people would say, oh, well, use this, and that. I don't care. They are the bee's knees for me. Right, so let's get back to it. So I'm going to patch it in. I'm just patching in as normal. Snap it in. I'm really extremely pleased. If you guys aren't, I'm surprised if you guys aren't. Yeah, it appears going this decision, taking this process down, has been far more profitable than what the alternate was. The good thing is we tried it. We've checked. Is that a drawing that's worthwhile? Is it something we can use? In short, it isn't. However, this. Oh, look at that! Oh my God, I'm so pleased with that. I am so pleased. One second, you guys. I'm gonna just get this rest finished, and then I will catch you right back. Okay, so I just whoops, wrong button, and there's me praising them. Just taking the whole thing round. I'm extremely pleased. I'm only laughing just because the amount of time we spent on the other one. I mean, I'm so happy. I'm so happy with that. That looks correct to me. And based on what we got, I mean, we are going to have to do some a little bit further homework to figure out the sizing on this to make sure it's correct. But I'm willing to bet you the geometric representation of what we're looking at here, boys and girls, is the right one. And that's extremely exciting. We could make this. Just look at this piece as an overall geometric piece. I am getting that confident that if you are a UCLan student and you're following this, we can probably build at least the arm this year. That is exciting. If you couldn't tell. Okay, so let's go apply. Hell yeah! Look at that. Look at what we got. We've got a fingernail. This is looking good. Oh yeah, very pleased. Okay, so before I get too carried away, let's get back to the original drawings. Let's get Mr. Mosher on the screen. There he is, with his big chunky arm. See here, they've obviously got fillets on there. Fillets, I mean, we'll go with fillets. You could argue chamfers. So with that side of things, we are going to just do a little bit of oohing and ahhing to get this working. And that is a separation piece, which I think is on that little drawing that we have. But let's get on here. Let's just quickly get some fillets on here. Because I think that they're there just because you couldn't leave a huge device like this with large, dangerous pieces like that. You just couldn't do it. So I think that's what we're looking at. So let's just take a piece like that. I think it's a bit bigger, so we'll go 4mm. Let's go 3mm. The same over here, like that. Okay, so I'm going to add another. This is cool. If you've never done this before, this is really cool what it can do. Oh, I just realised something. Never mind. I was just going to take it through and do it that way, but I've just realised I need quite a large radii there. So I'm probably just going to go something like 6. 6 here, 6 here. There. There. See, I mean, they weren't daft in the 60s. You know, they were thinking about these things, these all-important elements. So I'm going around key points of that. They were thought about. people injuring themselves, scratching themselves. They were very, very good at what they were doing. And again, if you've not done already, do check out the original podcast from Bill and Nora about this. They really do a great piece on the Hardiman, and I cannot praise it enough. It's such a good one to take a look at. So I'm going to bring that back down to 3, and bring this back down to 3 there. You see, I think it might have been on there, but oh, look at that. Right, so we look on here, and now what we're getting is, oh my God, it's starting to look good. It's looking good. Look at that. Now that's not what I'm wanting bigger. Pop that out. I'm going to add some more. So this now I'm probably going to put on 12. A large radii to show that overall structure and support like that. That's right. Look at that. Perfect. Into that edge, onto there, and onto there. End piece. I think it would have had a radii on there. I mean, as I was saying, I've just been praising them for being really wise and clever, and they wouldn't have made it too. Oh my God. Oh my God. Perfect. Oh. Look at that. It's a little bit out, isn't it? But we can change that. I'm looking at that section there. I'll come back to my fillet. I suspect my fillet's not done that any good. So let's come back to my 12s. I'll drop that fillet out to there. Okay. I think that's good. I think that needs a little bit of modding. But for what we're looking at here, I'm extremely pleased. Finally, we're making some progress. And based on the actual piece, so let's just pull some of the reference pieces. Before I get too excited, let's just pull some other reference pieces. Come on. There we go. Let's get back to some of the reference pieces. Let's go engineering human. Oh, no. Oh, it's Hardiman. Images. So under my reference pieces is here. So let's get on here. Yeah, you look at that. And you look at what we're looking at here. Yeah. Happy days. Okay. The Priya piece, yeah, that's sadly been a waste of time. Well, it's never a waste of time. Is it ever really a waste of time? I would argue probably not. Probably not. But we do need our drawing. So we need what that was attached to. Not that one. Not that one. I think it's this one. No. Visible? Right. So there we go. We've got that all important piece now. What I'd like to do is perhaps build in these end knob bits, and then problem is the end piece here. We have to make a few assumptions there. So now that that's there, now that I know that, so let's hide that. And let's come back to the last drawing. Now this is good. If we go back to the trim piece, and I open up on that trim, and just go to a visible on that trim, we've got them built in. And you're probably thinking, well, how are you going to do that? Simple. We're going to do a sketch. But I'll do a mid-plane sketch on the origins of this. So we're actually going here. So I come to here, and then I go on a sketch. I'm going to zoom that sketch in. And what I'll do is now just do, let's just do a circle. And I'm going to make it tangential to, oh no, sorry, concentric. Concentric? Yeah, concentric. You know, you kind of go, does that sound right? It is, but yeah. Okay, now make them both equal. To you, right? You and you. Right, so now we've got there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an extrude. And in my extrusion, I'm going to try and take it to the vertex. Now, let me get, where is that point? So, there's two next, there's 2. So I'm going to use 2. Can I use 2? You know, you just want a point. It's like, give me a point. Just give me a face edge every single time. No. No, that's never going to work there. Okay, okay. So I'll go curves. I'll go that curve there. And I'm going to go blind in this case. And then I'm just, because I'm now in a solid, I'm now going to convert to a solid. And I'm just going to go, yeah. Really could do with measuring this. But again, I'm going to go, okay. Now, I hear you shout, what are you going to do for the other side? I'm going to mirror it. When in doubt, just mirror it. You know, use everything you've got to your advantage. It's all there. It's all waiting for the taking, you know. So use what you got to your advantage. And what I'll do is I'll go to a mirror. I'm going to take this feature. And I'm going to make a mirror. I'm going to go on a mirror plane of my, let's have a look, YZ. So YX, sorry, XY. So XY plane up to there, then go okay. Now what we got is we have the extrusion pieces that were marked on that drawing. Granted, they may be changed. We may lose them. But as long as we have them to lose them, we're in a good position. So I'll go 3 on here and 3 on here. Bring that across here and bring that across here. So now we've got, oh, I'm so excited. I know, I apologize. I get overexcited, but I'm just excited to see what we've got here. So we've got his pieces. We've got an extrusion here. That's probably going to change. You can see there where it's going to change. But yeah, we've actually got something here. So what I'd like to do finally, and then we are, I think then that we're going to get ready for next week's. I'm just now going to cut the wrist plate to the hole, and I'm going to take a few dimensions, and then we're good. So what I'll do first is I'll come from my XY plane, XY plane, which is my mid plane here, go into sketch, and I am literally going to cut a small section of this out. So I'm going to presume to that circle, and I'm probably just going to cut. Now again, this is me just guessing, and I know guessing is quite a dangerous position at this point, but I'm just cutting this to make sure that we have an overall shape. So let's go mid plane and then drop that to, let's go 50, and take this as a subtraction. Click OK on there, and then we have a point where that may sit. 50 millimeters as a hole size is a very reasonable size for me. That's what I believe. And all I'm doing here is just tidying up around that area to show where that would be. Finally, I'm going to come onto this plane, and I am going to just cut the hole out for where that pin actually goes through this to create the unit. Based on these images that we've seen, it's quite a solid. Well, it looks like a bearing, but what we'll do is just take a dimension of that. It will definitely not be that. I'm gonna go for broke and go 20 millimeters. I think 20 millimeters is a good shout. But yeah, using the overall geometric representation of what we're doing so far, I'm actually just going to keep that marked on there. It's just because this is going to be an overall piece that we will chop out. Yeah, so I'm going to model the next piece in the same, like we did on the axe. I'm going to do the same thing here. So let's come back down to here, and I'm just going to go there. Put an overall geometric representation there, and given the size of what that is, that for me looks like 25, even 30 millimeters, but I've got 25 millimeter. I do need to confirm what that is on the actual wrist plate itself, but what you should see now is we're now starting to get that overall geometry. So let's quickly compare what we got. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So we are one step further. Right, so let's do a quick dimensional check. If we just to presume that coming from where his hand would be to here, it's just to give us a bit of an understanding. So that's 31 centimeters. 31 centimeters. So where his hand sits. Okay, so the delta of that tells us the actual length in the X and the Y's. Okay. So it's actually 30 centimeters from the wrist point here right to the actual end point here. After the video, I'm going to do a quick measurement on that, but I'm very confident that we're actually now in that right direction. This has been a successful video. I'm extremely pleased. Right, you guys, I am not going to rabbit on too much more. This has been really successful. If you do have any ideas, anything in the comments, if you come across any drawings, any evidence, anything to do with Hardiman that you can find, make sure you put a suggestion in the link. Make sure you put that there. Because I keep looking and you guys keep looking, we are going to find more and more information about the Hardiman. My name's Matt Dickinson. We've just been doing the, we've actually been re-engineering the Hardiman original drawing that we did. We took a huge step back, but I think it was a positive step back because this is looking the part. I hope you enjoyed this. If you've not, don't tell me. Make suggestions, make some comments. If there is anything that you're unsure about, let me know. More than happy to do this a million times over. Great to see you all back, and I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers, guys.